I don't know why, but I can't seem to stop playing with this. You basically just wrangle it in your fingers for ages. It's supposed to calm stress. Okay. Welcome back to my channel. My name is just Alex, or you can call me Alex for short. Okay. So, I just wanted to talk about one guy in particular. Now, a couple of nights ago, me and Lex, we were watching videos on YouTube, just unwinding, and we decided before we go to bed, we'll see what's going on about the lockdown. So there was a video on YouTube that basically talked about what was going on in the lockdown and where we are in this pandemic at the moment. And we watched that for a bit, and then there was another link underneath it. And it was basically, the video was called Dennis Skinner kicked out of Commons for calling David Cameron Dodgy Dave. Now, you're probably thinking, what the fuck am I talking about? Well, the moral of this story is, Dennis Skinner. I had no idea who this guy was before. I watched one video, and then after that, it just kind of escalated. We kept watching it, and now we can see why the government has gone tits up. Not because of this guy. It's just basically watching all these videos of the government kind of have it out in comments. And I was all just taking the piss. Now, Dennis Skinner has been going for years and years and years. I'm pretty sure he was around way before the Margaret Thatcher days, but this, I'll show you the video which kind of got me into him, shall we say. I find him amusing to watch, but he does throw out a lot of good points which I didn't really notice before. Let me just show you, okay?
Prime Minister recalled
so
that at the time after
Dennis.
he became Prime Minister under the coalition, and at the time when he was dividing the nation between strivers and scroungers, I asked him a very important question about the windfall he received when he wrote off the mortgage of the premises in Notting Hill. And I said to him he didn't write off the mortgage of the one the taxpayers were helping to pay for at Oxford. I didn't receive a proper answer then. Maybe Dodgy Dave will answer it now. And by the way...
Basically, Dennis Skinner asked David Cameron a question in the past, and he never gave him a straight answer. So he says, well, maybe Dodgy Dave can answer it now. And of course, Commons starts going, order. No, Commons don't say that, the speaker says that.
And by the way...
There's the speaker. Order.
I must ask the honourable gentleman,
Order.
I don't require any assistance from some junior minister. I invite the honourable gentleman to withdraw that adjective that he used a moment ago. He's perfectly capable of asking his question without using that word. It is up to him, but if he doesn't wish to withdraw it, I can't reasonably ask the Prime Minister to answer the question. All he has to do is withdraw that word and think of another. Sorry? I think he knows the word beginning with D and ending in Y that he inappropriately used.
Davy.
Withdraw. I know what you're saying.
Very simple.
I know.
Withdraw.
This man has done more to divide this...
You see how angry they're getting now?
Anybody
And David Cameron's just got a real smug look on his face. It's Georgie Dave! Order.
I'm sorry, I must ask the honourable gentleman to withdraw the work. Very well. Under the power given to me by Standing Order number 43, I order the honourable member to withdraw immediately from the House for the remainder of this day's sitting.
Yeah, he's used to this.
Bye, Dennis.
Very well.
Ah, Jesus. But you get the idea, basically. I feel like Dennis was making a... He was trying to get his point across there, and of course Dave had a little smug look on his face. But I feel that Dennis, as... what would you call him? Like, he's very old-fashioned. Of course, he's been in Parliament for decades, should we say. But that's not the only video I found of him. Like, there are others. Like, there's a whole compilation just purely dedicated to Dennis Skinner. And here it is. Okay, so this one's like 10 minutes long, so I'm not going to show you the whole video. I'm just going to show you like little snippets of it. But this one's from Dennis Skinner's most outrageous outbursts. I fucking love the guy. I fucking love the guy just from his, you know, his very smart attire, to his red face, to his oily hair. Is that what you call it?
He's the man who during the election campaign masqueraded as the workers' champion, and he hasn't got the guts to help those miners. He took £700 million out of the mine workers' pension scheme, and he's not given a penny back. No wonder they call him Doggy Dave, the man that educated the
Order! Order!
Is my honourable friend aware that in the 70s and in a lot of the 80s, we would have thanked our lucky stars in the coalfield areas to have got a growth of 1.75%. The only thing that was growing then were the lines of coke in front of Boy George and the rest of the
Order. This seems to be a trend with the honourable gentleman. He must withdraw that remark.
That was in the news.
Order.
He's like, I don't
He
give a
must withdraw
fuck.
that remark.
No, I'm not withdrawing it.
Well, the honourable gentleman
It's
must...
true.
The honourable gentleman doesn't withdraw that remark. He must leave the chamber. I order the honourable gentleman to leave the chamber. Right, what's next? I'm forced now to name the honourable gentleman. I named Dennis Skinner. He's withdrawing. He's taking my advice.
I said to my colleague, the Honourable Lady for Motherwell and Wishaw, that I wish the Leader of the Opposition would answer a question. It then prompted the Honourable Gentleman from Bolsover to turn around to me and call me a piece of shit.
I just love how he's
Mr.
like
Speaker,
sitting there. He's
he
like,
then went on to defend that, telling a
you are a piece of shit.
telling a journalist that he was just putting me in my place.
When she went into Bolsover a few years ago, at the time of the salmonella in egg crisis, she went into South Normanton Marketplace and met a woman there who said,
I think this is from
are you Curry, the one about the salmonella? She said, oh yes.
I think this is from the Margaret Thatcher
She said,
years.
I've got 6 of these eggs in my basket, and if you don't bring your hoop back to South Derbyshire, you'll have these on top of your head.
I
Came to Parliament 24 years ago.
As one of the very few on the Labour side that was anti-monarchist, and now it's becoming embarrassing.
I've got so many friends outside who believe the same thing. So when we've got rid of them, I don't believe we should be cruel like Mrs. Thatcher and throw them on the dole. I think we should provide them with work. I think that...
I know this was like 30 years ago, but you did make a very good point. Like, they shouldn't have just thrown people out on the dole. You know, they should help them look for work. I mean, that seems logically fair, because if you just throw someone on the dole and let them fend for themselves, and then when they're not getting the income in, then that's just causing more problems for the families.
I think that Di and Fergie should become marriage guidance counsellors. I believe the Queen could take a job at Royal Ascot, looking after the horses, because that's their real bent. And Prince Philip, he could be running a kebab shop in North London.
I'm sorry I didn't spot.
Could be running a kebab shop in North London. Could you imagine that? Prince Philip's kebabs. You're right, mate. You want a fucking Savoy? Yeah, I think I will. You want some chips of that, you bastard? I don't know why he's a northerner now, but...
I'm sorry I didn't spot the Honourable Gentleman, the member for Bolsover, but he wants to shoehorn his question.
You look for your favourites.
You look for your favourites.
I most certainly don't look for favourites, but I'm always happy to hear the Honourable Gentleman, and if he wants to speak now, he can.
It was not the last question, and you know that.
The Honourable Gentleman can always shoehorn in his concern on any question, and the chair is accommodating of him. I hope his mood will improve as the day proceeds.
Mr. Dennis Skinner. When the Secretary of State came into the chamber today, I don't know whether he realised it or not, but there's a smirk and arrogance about him that almost betrays the fact that he's delighted in taking part in this activity. He could start negotiations today, wipe that smirk off his face, get down to some serious negotiations. It's had to be done in the past, but instead he comes into here to try and blame the opposition for what's taking place.
You gotta admit,
Most grateful to the
Pure
Prime
gold.
Minister. Will she tell us whether she...
I mean, quite literally, he's made a lot of good points there, and I think the reason why he is the way he is, like, he's very forthcoming, is simply because he's trying to get his point across, and obviously the government weren't doing anything about it. I mean, I could be wrong. I just think he's fucking great. I mean, there's this one little clip where he does actually admit to being an expert of getting kicked out, which I found was quite funny.
Well, as a bit of an expert on being thrown out.
As a bit of an expert on being thrown out.
Can I just explain to you, Mr. Speaker,
I just love how he
there are
admits to
various
that.
ways
Like,
of
yeah,
throwing
I say the
people
things I
out.
say, and then I get kicked out.
What is obviously
Not a problem.
everybody can
I'll
follow.
do it again.
It's never happened in my case. Secondly, it is possible for somebody sent by the Speaker's office to the room upstairs which I inhabited, and he said to me, on reflection, the Speaker said you can stay. That's
Just love how
one
happy he is.
difference. And the other is sometimes you are barred from the house, but not from the building. And that is another one. And these variations, I think, have got something to do with the Speaker at the time. So all I want you to explain to me is just which one is this, because it is different.
Look, I'm always open to discussing these matters with the Honourable Gentleman. I didn't discuss this matter with him at 7:30 in the morning because obviously the eruption hadn't happened. But we did discuss, as I toppled my way back from the health club this morning, we did discuss the question of points of order last night, and the Honourable Gentleman volunteered his opinions to me about that matter with his customary forthrightness, of which I was duly appreciative. But what I would say to the Honourable Gentleman who asked what type of exclusion was this? Today, the answer is the Right Honourable Gentleman was excluded from the chamber and from the precincts of the Palace of Westminster.
I mean, he does make a fair
for the
point
remainder
there.
of the day.
From like all
I
the other
think that
videos, he's
is
been
now clear.
asked.
Now, if
From all the other, I mean, he does make a fair point there. Like, sometimes he's asked to leave, other times he could stay. But he isn't asked to leave the building, he's only asked to leave the house sitting, which is basically where they're sat at the moment. But yeah, he does make a valid point. Like, which one is it going to be today? Am I going to get kicked out for being Dennis Skinner? Or am I going to stay and continue to be Dennis Skinner? These are all good questions. And on the other hand, I think that's quite enough for today. I hope you've enjoyed the video. You know, we've had a bit of a laugh. Like I said, I'm still fairly new to doing this whole video thing. Now, I know I did it years ago and that was just an atrocity, so I don't know what this looks like. But as long as you enjoy them, that's the point. I mean, I enjoy them. I tend to get nervous when I talk. I'm not afraid to admit that. I get nervous. Like, I can't get my words out all the time, but that's fine. You know, Rome wasn't built in a day. But as long as you like these videos, then I'll keep making them. But you know, just stay safe, and hopefully things will go back to normal soon. God knows how long this lockdown's gonna last, but you know, I feel like it's given me a purpose. Maybe under the wrong circumstances, but I've made a lot of free time during my videos, so yeah. I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye!